Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at, well, possibly the most unusual lawmaker you'll ever encounter. Maybe one with four legs.
And quite a talent for mischief, apparently.
Exactly. We're jumping into the story of Bebo the Goat, village mascot and lawmaker. It's a fascinating look at how one animal really left her mark. Her hoof print, you might say.
Yeah, the sources paint a picture of Bebo being, and I quote, smarter than the average politician, which, might not be the highest bar, but still.
Fair point.
But seriously, she was known for being incredibly mischievous, a real sort of agent of chaos, but maybe delightful chaos. This isn't just a cute story.
No, it seems to go deeper. It really explores how these unexpected things can shape a whole community.
Absolutely.
And the story kicks off with some real drama, doesn't it? With Bashir, Bebo's owner.
Oh, completely. Picture this. Bashir bursts out, apparently running through the village, yelling,
What was it?
Bebo, my Bebo has escaped. Lock your windows, hide your snacks. I mean, that's not your average Tuesday morning announcement. Not at all. You know immediately this goat is, something else. Hiding snacks is serious business.
So, Bebo's on the loose. But she doesn't just, wander off. She escalates things.
She really does. The sources say her most, let's call it audacious, move was getting into the mayor's office.
The actual mayor's office.
Unclear how she breached security, but she got in. And apparently she found an official document.
Oh, no.
And, well, she chewed it.
Of course she did.
But the beast part, she then apparently trotted back out quite proudly, wearing the mayor's hat.
Wearing the hat. Okay, so she's an infiltrator and a hat thief. But then the sources say she wrote a law. How does that even work?
Right, that's the leap, isn't it? From chewing documents to legislating.
It seems a bit much.
Well, here's how it apparently went down. The mayor comes back, finds his chair still warm, his hat gone, and this document.
The chewed one.
Not just chewed, it had what looked like hoof prints arranged on it. And these weren't random marks.
No.
No, they formed essentially a new village rule, a mandate even.
Which one?
Every citizen must provide goats with daily chapati.
Get out. Written in hoof prints. A law demanding chapati for goats.
That's what the sources claim. And what's fascinating isn't just the absurdity, it's how the community reacted. It's sort of stuck.
They just accepted a goat law.
Yeah.
Daily chapati. Was there no, debate?
It seems the combination of the chaos, Bebo's growing legend, maybe the mayor's hat, they just kind of rolled with it. It shows how informal rules can take hold, right? Even really weird ones.
Especially if the lawmaker's wearing your boss's hat, maybe.
Perhaps. So Bebo's reign of legislative terror didn't last forever. They eventually caught her.
Where? Still wearing the hat.
Hat status unknown, but they cornered her near the market. And she was apparently in the middle of another transaction.
Oh, what was she up to now?
Trying to trade a tomato.
Trade a tomato.
Huh?
For what?
A pair of sunglasses?
Okay, this goat has ambitions. Sunglasses. And where did she get a tomato? Did she steal that too?
That's what they asked the shopkeeper she was negotiating with. His explanation was apparently quite memorable. He just said, "She stared at me. Deeply, I panicked."
She stared him into giving her a tomato. Bebo didn't need hoofprint laws. She had mind control.
Seems like she had a certain presence?
Yeah.
A powerful gaze.
Clearly. So after the Great Chapati Edict and the sunglasses incident, what happened? Did Bashir get in trouble?
Well, Bashir definitely apologized. Profusely, apparently, for all the chaos. But the mayor?
Furious, I assume. Chewed documents, stolen hat.
You'd think so, but the sources say he'd become oddly fond of Bebo. Maybe respected her style.
Fond of the goat who caused mayhem and tried to enact snack laws?
It seems so. Instead of punishing her, he made Bebo the village's official mascot.
Wow, from public nuisance to official mascot. That's quite the turnaround.
It really is. It cemented her place in the village's identity.
So what's the takeaway here for you listening? I mean, beyond the obvious humor.
Well, the story goes that from that day on, every single official meeting in the village started the same way. With a loud meep. Seriously. They incorporated a goat bleat into official proceedings.
As a tribute to Bebo, their mascot and one-time lawmaker, it shows how these strange events, this chaos, can actually become part of tradition, ritual even.
It really makes you think about influence, doesn't it? Where it comes from.
Exactly. It's not always rational or top-down from designated leaders. Sometimes it's a mischievous goat. It shows how communities adapt, absorb the absurd, and build identity around shared, even kind of ridiculous experiences.
It challenges who or what we think can shape things.
Completely. It pushes back on neat ideas about how rules get made or how communities function.
So maybe a final thought for you to ponder. Reflecting on Bebo and her unique methods. What are the surprising, maybe unconventional forces shaping the unwritten rules or the daily rhythms in your own world?
Yeah, what are those subtle influences? Maybe not a goat staring you down for a tomato, but something equally unexpected. Perhaps as quiet as a hoof print law, shaping things without you even realizing it.